What if I told you that some angels did not obey God? That they came down to earth, took human women and gave birth to giants? This is not a conspiracy theory. It's written in the Book of Enoch, a text so controversial it was banned from most versions of the Bible. They were called the Watchers, and their story is terrifying. The Watchers were a group of 200 angels sent by God to watch over mankind. But instead of protecting us, they became obsessed with our women. The Book of Enoch says they left their heavenly estate and descended upon Mount Hermon. Led by an angel named Semyoza, they made a pact to take wives among humans, have children and share forbidden knowledge with mankind, and they did. The children born from this unholy union were the Nephilim, giants, monstrous in size and strength, who ruled the earth and filled it with violence. These were not fairy tales. These were the reasons God sent the flood in Noah's time. But the sin of the Watchers went deeper. They taught humanity witchcraft, sorcery, the making of weapons, enchantments, astrology, and how to communicate with spirits. They corrupted everything, from nature to human DNA. According to the Book of Enoch, it was these teachings that caused the world to spiral into wickedness. And when God saw it all, he sent the archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, to bind the Watchers and throw them into the pit of darkness until the day of judgment. And their giant children, they were wiped out in the flood. But traces of their existence and their bloodline might still exist today. So who were the Watchers really? Some say they were simply fallen angels. Others believe they were extra-dimensional beings that the Bible and ancient texts tried to describe the only way they could. One thing is certain. They were real enough to be feared by ancient cultures, referenced in Scripture, and hidden away for centuries. Ask yourself, why would the Book of Enoch be banned? Why would a book so detailed, so aligned with Genesis 6, be erased from religious history? Because it tells the truth we were never meant to know. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to dive into a topic that has been whispered in shadows and dismissed as mere myth. We're talking about the Watchers, those enigmatic beings whose story is so profound it was deliberately erased from our scriptures. You see, there are chapters in our shared history that have been deliberately concealed from our understanding, stories so powerful they challenge the very fabric of our beliefs. And the Book of Enoch is one such testament, a book brimming with profound wisdom and forbidden knowledge. It was deemed too dangerous to be shared, too enlightening to be kept in the hands of the masses. But why? Why would such a narrative be suppressed? Simple, because it challenges the status quo. It unravels mysteries that have been buried for millennia, realities that if embraced could shatter the very foundations of our conventional beliefs. And guess what? You and I are about to delve into its depths. We're going to unearth the tales of the Watchers, the biblical giants, and the forgotten truths that have been yearning for our discovery. So buckle up. This isn't just a video. It's a journey into the heart of hidden history. Let's embark on this adventure together. Let's now delve into the core of today's discussion. The mysterious Watchers. Who were they? As we peel back the layers of their existence, you'll discover connections that reverberate through biblical narratives, shaping events that have echoed through time. Picture this: 200 celestial beings, the Watchers, tasked with the solemn duty of safeguarding humanity. Sounds noble, doesn't it? But their story takes a dramatic turn. Instead of serving as our protectors, they succumb to temptation. Their eyes set on human women, they abandon their divine post, descending from their heavenly abodes to the earthly realm. Their leader, Semyoza, driven by a thirst for power and forbidden knowledge, makes a pact with his companions. It's a pact that defies the cosmic order, a pact that leads them to father children with human women. These aren't ordinary unions. They're the genesis of giants, offspring of celestial beings and mortals. And their impact on human history is profound. These unions birthed the Nephilim, a race of giants whose very existence shook the foundations of the world. But the story doesn't end there. The Watchers, in their quest for earthly pleasures, also imparted forbidden knowledge to mortals. They divulged secrets of witchcraft, sorcery, and the manipulation of natural forces. It was a sharing that forever altered the course of human evolution. Think of it as a cosmic betrayal. Imagine the trust vested in these celestial beings, and their subsequent misuse of that trust. It's a tale that blurs the line between divinity and deceit, and it raises a fundamental question. If these accounts are true, they challenge our perception of good and evil, heaven and hell. They redefine the boundaries of the spiritual and the physical. In essence, the story of the Watchers is a cautionary tale, a mirror reflecting the consequences of celestial disobedience. It is a reminder that even those seemingly closest to the divine are not immune to the allure of the forbidden. It's a story that has been silenced, but whose echoes still resonate in the annals of our history. And now let's shift our focus to the giants, those colossal figures who seem straight out of mythology, yet are deeply rooted in biblical accounts. Picture towering beings, the offspring of celestial unions, walking among us and leaving their indelible mark on our world. Their existence challenges conventional narratives, compelling us to confront the reality of a past that may be vastly different from what we've been led to believe. These giants weren't just mythical creatures. They were real, breathing, living beings who walked the earth during a time when the boundary between heaven and earth was alarmingly thin. Now, imagine the impact of such beings on human society. The mere sight of these giants would evoke both awe and terror, their presence looming over human settlements, casting long shadows of uncertainty and fear. Their actions, driven by motivations we can only speculate on, would have reshaped the course of human history. To truly understand their impact, we must first confront the notion that our world is far more complex than it may seem. Their influence on the course of human events is profound, challenging our understanding of civilization, culture, and the very essence of human survival. However, the narrative takes another turn. These giants weren't just physically imposing. They also embodied a socio-cultural shift, a challenge to the societal norms of their time. Their emergence coincided with a period of great wickedness, suggesting a world teetering on the brink of moral collapse. And then there's the ultimate fate of these giants. Wiped out in the Great Flood, they vanished along with their world, leaving behind only fragments of pottery, tools, and myths. Yet their legacy lives on in the whispers of ancient tales and the echoes of forgotten lore. Now let's address a pressing question. If these giants roamed the earth, why do we lack concrete evidence of their existence? The answer lies in the deliberate erasure of historical records, leaving us with only fragmented accounts and archaeological findings that defy conventional interpretation. It's a puzzle that invites us to rethink our understanding of history. And as we piece together the fragments, we uncover a world where the lines between myth and reality are frustratingly blurred. And finally, we come to the central point of this discussion, the reason behind the suppression of these biblical tales. Why have these stories been kept from our collective memory? The answer is as intriguing as the stories themselves. Concealment, it seems, was the name of the game, with those in power actively working to keep these narratives hidden from the public eye. But why? What was it about these tales that threatened those seeking to control the narrative of our history? The simple answer is that these stories challenge the established order. They shake the foundations of conventional beliefs and question the very essence of our understanding of the world. When faced with such revelations, those in authority often resort to silencing the messengers and erasing the records. The Book of Enoch, for instance, containing these profound revelations, was removed from religious texts, leaving behind only fragments and copies hidden away to preserve their message. And let's not forget the stigma attached to those who dared to speak about these topics. They were labeled heretical, their voices drowned out by the chorus of disbelief and ridicule. The truth is that these suppressed biblical accounts hold the key to understanding our world like never before. They offer insights into a past that is far more intricate and interconnected than we've ever been led to believe. Yet despite their importance, they remain largely unknown, their impact underestimated, and their relevance disregarded. It's a reality that challenges us to think critically, question the status quo, and seek the truth that lies beneath the surface. The realm of the Watchers and the Giants is a vast landscape waiting to be explored. It's a journey that requires courage, an open mind, and the thirst for knowledge. As we continue to uncover these hidden narratives, we must remain vigilant, for the pursuit of truth is often met with resistance. And that resistance can come in many forms, from skepticism to outright dismissal. But it's in these moments that we must stand firm, anchored by our curiosity and driven by our need to understand. We've only just scratched the surface of a story that has been deliberately concealed from our collective consciousness. But as we look ahead, we do so with a newfound sense of purpose. The truths hidden about the Watchers and the Giants are not just historical tidbits. They are integral parts of a grander narrative that shapes our present and will undoubtedly influence our future. So let us continue this journey, not just as observers, but as active participants. Let's ask questions, challenge assumptions, and embrace the unknown. After all, it's in the embracing of the unknown that we truly begin to understand. If you found this video thought-provoking and want to delve deeper into similar mysteries, stay tuned for more. Together, we can navigate the labyrinth of hidden history and emerge with a clearer understanding of our place in the cosmos.